G'day everyone, welcome along, welcome to Steelhorse Station. Hi John, how are you this evening? Think you might be the only one there at the minute, but glad to have you in. And it is sunny by the sounds of it. Sunny is excellent. Now let's head across to the Oaks. I'm just trying to figure out what on earth. I was trying to get it to start on the latest the last waypoint I did on this field, but clearly that's not successful as it's just folded up and driven halfway around the field. So let's try and figure out where it needs to go. So it's done. It's done that headland up here. No, maybe. Oh, goodness. Maybe it was in the throes of... I've got no idea where it's supposed to be. It's like there's some very strange instructions here. It was an interesting race, wasn't it? That last 30 laps were intense. What is it trying to do? I reckon let's just... And it was a gorgeous day at Bathurst, perfect for racing. The cars were reliable, the drivers were all fast. Can't ask for much more than that. Nearest waypoint, let's see what you do. So you think you're harvesting. I did still find it difficult though watching what in essence two American cars compete. Sort of just didn't quite feel right. I haven't gotten used to the new formula for the supercars. Well, I mean, a pretty amazing achievement. 130 odd laps to get close. Can't complain about that. Right, so it's... Where's he gonna go at the end here? Because he's clearly done this bit. Maybe this is where he was up to. And is the sun being kind to you today, John? I take it from your opening that it is at least out. And speaking of sun, we'll be off to Austin this weekend by the looks. So I reckon he was up to here. We seem to be having some sustained spring, which I like, so that's good. Now, you've emptied. I switched on the auger wagon. Something very bizarre happens with that trailer. Oh. That's filled you up nicely, so we'll send you off to that. Pick up field 148, right. That's the one we want. Come on. Goodo. No. I'm enjoying the fact that the days are just starting to get a little warmer. Now, I gave the cows plenty to eat before. What is it with... There is something weird happens with these when the game resets. Something very weird. Let's go and sell some produce while we're at it. So it looks like I got 2 full containers. We're at the end of September, and so what we might do shortly is run through this day, because we can keep going on those, although when we get to the next month we want our harvester back, so we'll see how we go. Are you going to empty out of there? Yes, you will. Come on. Something about them. Great idea, but they interfere with each other. There we go. Perfect. I'll get you. There we go. Catched up, ready to go. How much of the race did you get to see, John? Oops. Let's try not to take the Armco with us. Yeah. I did check before. Our own fields are not ready to harvest though. I'm gonna get round there. Yeah. Ah, very good. What was the highlight for you? Yeah, let's just... so I did pop some more cows in here, so we're up to 60 young ones. I've filled it up, or half filled it with grass and water, so that's all good. We'll leave the truck there for now. I've also just made a small modification so the gate doesn't stick out in the roadway now. We might grab the truck. We don't want to leave it sitting here. It's still a little on the narrow side, but it does the job. I don't think we're going to buy any more cows for the moment, so I might as well put it back in the shed at Ringo's. There was some good overtaking maneuvers. What I like about it is that there's several places to overtake, and because it's only a two car series, they're very closely matched, and so it just makes it makes for some good racing, and particularly on a long race when they're it was clear there were a few different strategies at play dealing with the fuel economy, and I mean it was a departure from the last few years in as much as they were getting close to 30 laps out of a tank rather than the 24 or 25 that they've been experiencing for the last few years. So that in effect saved them a pit stop. So that made it quite interesting. Now let's go back and get that flatbed. It's one of the things we'll need to do. We might as well take care of it while I remember and we've got some cash. Is we should go and get a trailer load of seed. Which gate? I haven't installed any gates. I may have adjusted a couple to just make life a little easier. We got here, we've got, that's right, we put two bales of hay on there just to make life interesting. How are we going for fermentation up here? And you are now silage, excellent. So what we want to do is pop you down there. Almost knocked him over. And then move these guys. Gate inside the shed. I didn't see. Just hang on a tick. I will go back and have a look. I didn't notice a gate inside the shed. Where I put the, you mean the shed where I put the trailer? there's a silo in there. So that might be what you were noticing. Let's just pop you over there, get you out. Welcome along if you've just joined us. Good to see you. Right, you can sit there. Probably shut that gate now. Now, operating position. Reset bail position, that's the one we want. Why? Oh, there we go. Operating position. Excellent. And background we go. We will inspect that gate shortly, John. I'll just pick up a trailer load of bales. I particularly liked, my sort of favourite pass was, I think it was Brock Feeney early on. He had a nice little move. Was it Brock? Yeah, I think it was Brock. At the end of Conrod, which is one of the more challenging places to overtake just because of the dynamics and how accurate you've got to be. What's happening here? How many? 17. Let's see if we can get this cleared out of here without running over any of our cows. I was getting excited there for a bit. I thought Lowndes and his young partner Cooper Murray were going to continue to move up. But they just didn't quite have it. Let's see, let's just take one while we're right here. Now I'll go back and that's pretty much full load. Whoops. Don't hit that fence. We just put it in. I thought the team that won it though, you can't really fault them for the way they drove. They're clean all day, they were fast. Co-driver was arguably almost as quick as the main driver. Now, what gate are we talking about here? you talking about the harvester that, or the, what were you referring to? Or just the fact that I had gates to navigate to get through? This part of the map's exactly as Farm Sim Brisco built it, so. Yes, is it Betty? She was very happy. Right, let's have a look at our sell price for silage to see whether it's, look in the corner. Ah, got a bit of clipping. I've created that when I've changed the opening angle so to get gates out of the way, and this one's not set in, so I hadn't noticed it before because I usually have this trailer's usually parked along here, so that's why I haven't noticed it. Well spotted, John. Eagle eyes. Now, I was going to look at the, let's see, silage. It's up at 310, which is an improvement. Fisher's bale sale. Well, that's where we want to go. Let's send it over there. Actually, before we do anything, let's get some fuel. We're almost at the fuel. Get fuel first. Always a good idea. Could nudge that bale back in, but he can sit there for now. Now, if I send you to the animal dealer, that'll be close enough to the bale sale. Let's... yeah, come on, get out of the way. Troublemaker. Good job, you're backed right up in front of him. How did you get onto that? No? You've sorted it out. Just. I can turn that off. So he's managing to empty, all right. And let's find the other truck because they're managing to get in each other's way. Good-o. The other thing I grabbed, which you'll see, we've got a few liming contracts that I thought were just a good opportunity to fill in while we wait for our sunflowers, our sunflowers and our corn to ripen. So we have a look. So there were a couple of good prices there that I thought were pretty handy. So we might go and run one of those. Where are we? You're ready to go. Sal will wait a little bit longer. before we send you off to sell. You're okay. There we go. Fill it up with lime. And what's the closest field? 120, 23, 139. Probably 100, is it? 120's up near Paul's place. 33's over here somewhere. 39. Where's 33 going when it's at 23? Let's go to 23. We can tootle over there. Why have I just racked up a whole bunch of running costs? Some vehicle that we're using has auto. That wasn't you. The only other vehicle that can have done that'll be George's. There he is. No, it's not the one. Where did he go? He's not showing on the map. Yep, he went and repaired himself. Okay. Interesting that he was able to figure that out, but... Right, mystery solved. Oh, come on. That's the one I want. Did you get the a Sky coverage, John, or did you get the Australian feed, Channel 7 feed? Yeah. Let's go. What's the easiest way to get across to 23? I'll have to see. Keep left. Be a good start. And then we'll do the refills in Ringo's yard, I think. Were you getting the colour footage from Larko in pit lane? G'day, Grant. We're just comparing notes on Bathursts. The reason I ask is he had a particularly good tool that I hadn't seen before, and which allowed him to do a really good job of explaining, you know, when there were parts or failures that he... No worries, Grant. That he didn't understand. Oh, sorry, that the casual viewer might not understand. And so, I mean, in the past, he's had the cars so that he could look at the bits, but he just does a really good job of putting into somewhat understandable English the what's going on. Yeah, like the stick camera, but also the CAD software that he had that was able to show you where in the car a particular part was fitted, and he did a couple of bits, explanations of how they've changed the way the sway bar works on the front, and now it needs to be adjusted from underneath, and explaining how the brakes work, particularly when they do the brake changes. When Brad Jones' team, he comes up with a new way to have a failure every year, I reckon, Brad Jones's team. So with their fuel, there was just some really interesting technical stuff, I thought, which is helpful if you're not around it all the time. Yeah, we're over here, and we want... What have I done with 23? Oh, it's right beside me. Very good. Yeah, there's not any race series that I'm aware of around the place that does actually a brake change in pit lane during the course of a race. It was also pretty cool at one stage. They showed how the engineers put different paint stripes on the vanes to let them know which change colour under heat load, so they can tell how hot the different parts of the brake assembly are getting. It was pretty cool. He's what was it Murray Walker used to say? If he wasn't having bad luck, he'd be having no luck at all. That seems to be the story of his life, I reckon. Right, let's get a little bit of lime. Yeah, I hadn't seen it used that way before. It was very cool. Or not so cool, so to speak. %, you reckon? What's that? 3,000 litres. That's about half a tank. Whoops. U-turn. Did you watch the race, Grant, or was it not on your list? Well, frustrating not participating. I understand either way. All right, let's go back around there. Last 30 laps were great. One thing I didn't understand was I thought the leaders in particular, so let's just say the top half dozen or so, got pretty poor service with respect to black back markers and blue flags. Like blue flags were being shown, but I thought there was some, and I understand nobody wants to go a lap down, but there was some pretty ordinary behavior, I thought. Now maybe I misunderstood, or there's a difference in rules that I don't understand, but I thought blue flags were pretty universal in their significance and direction. There we go. Yeah, I just thought it. Oh, John, I was just talking about there were a few instances, particularly at the tail end of the race, where back markers were very slow or didn't really respond to blue flags. Yeah, well, that was the. I was prepared to accept that maybe there had been a change in the rules, but you know, when you've got a team principal marching down pit lane to try and get a lower ranked team to move out of the way, it's like the race was close enough that that backmarker behaviour could have influenced the result. The thing was, it wasn't just one. There was quite a few of them in that, you know, probably from about half race distance onwards. And it sort of, it took me back to the old days when, you know, they were running in effect two formulas and you had the fast cars and the slow cars. I mean, you know, those drivers would have had kittens if they'd had to deal with the 40 odd cars that were on track back in the Brock Johnson era. This is proving quite convenient, having that lime station just there. Duck the gantry. Of course, I could get him to automate this. We might as well do one ourselves. Let's zoom up this side. I take it from your comment earlier, you saw that snake that they had to wrangle off the course. Was that Friday or Saturday? He was quite a big fella. Quite a sizable field. Let's see if we can. Might just about make it across there. The one at Forest Elbow. His co-driver might actually have loosened it for him. If it's the one I'm thinking of. No, I thought it was pretty cool. I mean, there's quite a big marshal point up just behind that barrier. So, and because it was fairly early on, the field wasn't that spread. Yeah, I was getting a little bit peckish there early on. I thought well, when it became clear we weren't going to get a safety car in a reasonable period, I had to go and make myself some lunch under full green. How rude. Halfway through the field. That's not too bad. What's this, the third load? Sort of going straight up the field there. Yeah, it's different, Grant. Yeah, I agree. As I commented before, it's certainly not the same watching two American spec cars tootle around. Doesn't for me at least doesn't conjure the emotion the way the red blue battle used to, when the cars you were looking at were cars that you could see on the street and identify with as Australian kids. Growing up, I knew families whose parents had one or the other of the, whether it was a Commodore or a Falcon. I had a similar sort of feeling when the Cosworths were racing, because I didn't kind of relate to those either. But I did kind of like it when they had the even though I understand why it's not there anymore, but when they had the two formulas on the track, because there was always something going on. But it's still Bathurst Day. It's good fun. It makes me feel even older when I sit there and look at, you know, grey-haired Tander and Lowndes. Think, God damn. Where did all those years go? 70%. Let's do the bit up the corner here. So is it a bingo call today, John? Welcome along if you've just joined. Great to have you in. We're just spreading a bit of lime for a bit, taking advantage of a couple of contracts that are available. Might as well run right over to the corner there while we're doing. We're going to need another tank of lime anyway, so. That's no good, John. I was always less knowledgeable about the engines. So like most cosmetic viewers, it was, if it kind of looked like a car I knew, then that was good. The Tirana that Brock ran were Holden engines, I thought. SLR 5000. Ah. I wasn't sure. Well, I wouldn't have had a view on the 5000. That A9X, is that the XU1 or whatever it is, the little one? When I say little, the smaller one. Or early 90s? Actually, it was early 90s. That was pretty cool. Back in the day when company cars were a thing. Luxury. 6-speed manual and a company fuel card. It was fabulous. Yeah, it was the $2 I was thinking of. The $2 was that the XU1 on the road though? So was that the marketing name of it? Remember the 5000? There were lots of those in lime green. Okay. So the reason I'm getting confused is a guy I worked with dropped a 351 in his XU1. So that's my, that was my only up close experience with it, and I refused to ride with him. It was flat out dangerous. So yes, that was pretty much my opinion. I mean, he was a pretty talented unit. He did it all himself. But that didn't mean I considered he could drive. And I have this bias. If I have to have a crash, I'd prefer it to be a slow one. It was a okay. Very interesting. Yeah, he was a particularly interesting, and I use was correctly. No, that's okay. He took up skydiving after I worked with him. Broke both ankles, as I recall. And then clearly his number was up. He got hit by lightning in regional Victoria and died. So fairly unlucky. It was a long time ago. Right. I know the contract's already done, but I just sort of felt we should vaguely finish. So, now, let's see here. Indeed, Grant. It was only broken ankles for him with skydiving. It was the lightning afterwards that was the killer. So we can complete. Oh, that was the big one. Cool. So cash is coming up nicely. Let's go and sell that trailer load of silage, and then check in on that we'll park this guy out of the way around here. Let's see here. Oh, we need to send you, because I'm pretty sure we've got milk. Move, so to speak. Yeah, exactly. Move. I think we've also got milk that accumulates in that. Oh, we're going to fill it. Cool. There we go. That's the first. So we'll send you down to Milk Drop South Dairy. Oh, don't do that to me. Must fix the routes out of here. We probably don't need that extra spreader, but we'll keep it around for good luck. Now, this guy, I did fix the bale drop. I'm pretty sure we should be able to do something like, oops. Oh, let's get the right buttons. Let's roll them forward. Excellent. Good job. And now we can head back up to the shop. And pick up some seed. And then that'll get us through seeding season. I always get confused at this intersection. I am there. I'm going to go right. About halfway through that corn contract. Our man can't reach the milk drop off. That's okay. We'll get him sorted shortly. We need big bags of feed. Let's buy 8 and another 8. I reckon 16 bags of seed should do it. Be set. Come on. Why won't you give me that? Let me reset it. Very odd. There it is. Try again. Now we should be able to go. Excellent. Oh, you won't auto load, will you? Okay. We'll do it the hard way. set for the last time I did this job? There's a chance. Not quite. Got 2. Come on. That's what I want. Oh, leave him on there. There you go. Really? Next turn. Welcome along if you've just joined. Great to see you. We're just stocking up on some seed, as you can see. Help if I lined myself up properly. That would work much better. There you go. Let's see if we can do this without tipping the last lot off the back of the trailer. That would be a good start. Managed to get all 4 off this time. That's a good start. Just like I bought one. G'day, Jason. How are you today, sir? Just a quick sprint up the highway. What's that, about a 2-hour drive for you? 90 minutes maybe? Or is it further? I'm guessing, obviously. I have not seen those. Just under 2. I Wasn't far off it. Is that for 2026? Grant, those rumours? I think lots of interesting things will happen over the next year or so. Don't get too far ahead of ourselves. Oh, I watched the last episode of the Grand Tour over the weekend with my son. Gosh, that was quite entertaining. If you haven't seen it, but you're a Top Gun fan, I recommend it. It's quite good. Indeed, John, indeed. Right, we can send you to... where are we? Strawberry Fields, John. We don't want top yard lime load. We just want top yard. We'll head down here and see how this harvest is coming along. Okay, you've stopped. I thought it was quite tastefully done. It was quite interesting to see how they went about it, particularly when they clearly have more creative control. Now, what are you doing? I've got vehicles everywhere. Let's get you out of there. No, we spent the first hour talking about Bathurst. Oh God, he's not full. What are you doing there? Why are you not full? We'll just send you anyway. That'll be easier. I don't know what it is. See that behavior. So that for some reason the trailer develops a mind of its own. I don't know why. It's only just started doing it here. Yes, yes, he was educating me. All right, now put the boom out. All right, so that all looks perfect. Now watch the... See how it... I've got no idea how it does that. I mean, yes, the auger is just clipping the side of the trailer, but it shouldn't be causing that problem. Now he'll go and empty the harvester, so that'll be good. I hope. Let's make sure he's there. He's heading off there. Oh, we've had a crash. Really? I'm sure I put a keep left around this. No, obviously not. And he's going to meet the other guy coming down there. Yes, they do. It's the common factor in all those things is not the trucks, it's the operator. And this is gonna get it again. Where are you trying to go? Oh, you're right. He's actually doing the right thing. The problem is where I've got the... Is he going to turn on? I've got the start of the... Oh, he has done the right thing. He waited. Didn't give him much clearance, but he did wait. That's how it's supposed to work. Miraculously. Yeah, but I set the courses up. I'll take the heat. Can't blame the troops. The general. Now, where are we up to? Oh, that's what we need to do. So, let's go to Penny's. Is this related to the flex in the wing, Grant? I don't want to be there. I want to be... that one won't be big enough, so we'll have to go and get the other one. No, if they have, Red Bull will find out about it. Wrong one. Not the one I want. Want the fast track. So what we need to do, just a hard leftery there. Now, it was quite interesting. I mentioned last week that we needed to buy the dripper hoses for this tank of Pennies. So I did buy it. And lo and behold, literally within 2 minutes of buying it, what should pop up in the shop but a second-hand version of the same? So I then had to sell what I just purchased and buy the second-hand one. It was quite weird. Anyway, so we ended up with a where is it? Slurry tanks. We ended up with the smaller hoses for 22 grand, which I thought was a bargain. Oh, well, we'll see what happens this weekend. Mercedes might take all the attention because apparently they've got a whole bunch of upgrades to make their car go slower. I mean faster. I do wish that you had a button to turn off the steering on the trailer. Because it's not helpful. Oh, I should have filled up with slurry before I came over here too. That would have been a good idea. I'm not going to do all the loads. I just remembered that I had it sitting there and I needed to pick it up. Welcome along if you've just joined. Just gonna grab a load of slurry to plop on our grass. Now, while I remember for the next 2 Thursdays, I will not be able to stream. So we'll just this week and next week it'll only be one stream per week on the Monday. So the next stream will be next Monday. So I have real life stuff to do. Most unusual. Now, let's duck in here. I've still got bales everywhere, so we're not going to do any slurrying anyway because we need the bales picked up. We're about halfway to the money we need for that next field. Let's go back over here. He's unloading. Chapel Road's over. What are you guys doing in there? Really? I don't even know why you're in here. Must be some fatal attraction between these two. I can't understand what circuit required you to get off the... That's why. See, I told you it was the general problem. There's no through lane. That's what does it. At least in that location. They just do what they're told and they're not smart enough to figure it out. Really? Okay. I'm just going to ignore you and go back. Now, what were we doing? Let's look at animals just from a feed standpoint. So, the new one we put in last week was beef 2. That's got 60 and it's got plenty of hay on it. Big cow shed is got plenty of feed in it, got plenty of straw in it. We've emptied the milk once already. We've got to go and finish delivering that. And these cows have got 2 months till they reproduce, so we need to... We'll go in next month and we'll sell off the 31-month-old cows and then we'll let these reproduce, because over on the pasture, these are coming along quite nicely. So that'll all work well, and our 110 are going to start producing milk at a heavier clip. So that'll be good. Then our beef ones are just a little bit older and they've got plenty. And our pigs are doing fine. We've checked them the other day. All good. So, next lime contract is field 39. $7,000 litres and 39's round to the left. How far down the road? How far down indeed? Let's see, 39. Straight down on my right. Can't remember whether the field entrance is on this road or this road. We'll figure it out when we get there. So when do you finish daylight savings in the UK, John? Have you still got 2 weeks to go? 27th, yeah, okay. Just delivered some grain. Now, I reckon we'll go straight over and hope we can get onto the field just here, which we can. Perfect. Oh, it's a longish field. Might have to start doing some system housekeeping and preparing for FS25. I've got a sneaking suspicion if I don't tidy up my mod directories, I will run into space challenges. Be nice to be a bit organized for a change. Hey Sam, good to see you. Thanks for dropping by. Always appreciate someone or some folks dropping in to say hello. So thank you very much, and thanks Argsy. We are just doing the best we can on vintage oaks. And we've run out. Let's go get some more lime. Hey, E.T., very good. It's great to see you. Thanks for dropping in. Thank you very much. I cannot do Wednesday either this week. I have had a good stream, Argsy. Did you? And thank you for sending some folks over. It's always much appreciated. Excellent. Thank you for the heads up about Wednesday, but I am unable to do that. I was just telling the guys I can only do this stream this week, so next stream for me will be Monday of next week. But we've got plenty of work to do, so always chores. Did you enjoy Bathurst, Argsy? Pretty good showing by all, in my opinion. Yes and no. Let me guess, there was a Kiwi that you wanted to win. Was a little bit processional, but I did think it was nice for a change not to have the not to have the safety car sort of dictating proceedings. And I think that the gaps between them were just magnified slightly because of the amount of time they ran without a safety car. So I think it was actually pretty close, and the strategies were... I thought Cooper Murray's the run was excellent. He made one and Lownsy made one, so my race was done at that point. I thought it was interesting, what to me looked like a big jump in fuel economy over the last few years. Although you can't really say that with a straight face when they use, what, 600 litres of fuel to go 1,000 Ks. Yeah. I did wonder that a bit on the way through. It sort of... when there's no tyre degradation at all, that's kind of on a or just about no tyre degradation on an endurance race. It feels a little bit like it was the wrong compound, because similarly it kind of makes it hard for the strategy folks. When they're coming in for a pit stop and they're putting used tyres on the front, it's just like, wow, must be hard. They're running them on truck slicks or something. Welcome along. If you came in with Vargsy, thanks for stopping by. It's much appreciated. We are on Vintage Oaks. If you're not familiar with it, we first met the Putney family on the original Oaks, where George and Ma Putney and their 5 kids. Well, we've moved on a decade with Vintage Oaks. Bit of a time warp happening. And 4 out of the 5 kids are farming. And they've sort of teamed up because their 5th sibling got them into financial difficulty. Ma Putney was a Beatles tragic, so the kids are John, Paul, George, Ringo and Penny, if you're wondering. And we do a bit of everything. Well, most things, not everything. We've got some cows. We just put some beef cows in. George runs the sugar factory. He's got a little bit of sugar beet happening. John's running pigs. Growing corn and wheat. And this year's sunflowers. And Ringo does a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Contracting and the like. That's our story. Yeah, some of Penny's beef cattle on that field just through under the trees there, and this is Ringo's shed and yard. This end, and Penny's milkers are just over that next set of trees. Oh, looks like there's a chance our harvester might have gotten itself tangled up again. The Vulture's pretty full. Where are the trucks? If I was a betting man, I'd say the trucks have gotten themselves tangled up again. We might jump over there and have a look at those in a second. Good job on the finish on this gal trailer. So we should we'll park him up here. Let's jump over and have a look at and see how that harvest is going. After it saves, grab a drink. Now, we should be over here somewhere. There we go. Oh, yes, we looks like we've got a full-on tangle. Empty trucks. Let's jump in there. Take you off there. Now, what is wrong with you? You're waiting to be filled. You want a hand engraved invitation by the looks. Goodness only knows what your problem is. Come on. There must be a collision box under the pipe, which causes that weird traveling behavior. Don't know why, but he works better on this one. You're empty. Yes, so you can now go. Now we should be good. How much more to pull off there, I wonder? $164 to deliver. So we're only about halfway delivered. Although we've just sent 45. Oh, we can get car sick if we travel with him too far. That's where we wanted to be. Have we got... Might as well. Pop some of these in the shed. If we can get it without creating a mess. Come on. Really? My depth perception that bad? Why will you not go in there? No, doesn't want to pick it up. Just lucky. No worries, Argsy. Have a good one. Enjoy your break. And thanks for the raid. We are finishing up in just a minute ourselves, actually, folks. Truth be known, this is us coming up to our normal close time. Oh, now they're too close together. That's better. Not to get the tip stuck on the wall, that's always a good start. I'm trying to pick up the tray. Oh. It's a sign. A sign of incompetence. That's better. No, I don't have a... I should really have the weight on the back. That would be smarter. Rightio. Well, that's about where we might leave it for tonight, folks. Thank you for those that have watched all the way through. Thank you for those that have come in with Argsy's raids. Very much appreciate. Hope you enjoyed it. We will be back next Monday, so no stream on Thursday of this week. I'll be back on Monday, 7:30 Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time. And until then, everybody stay safe, have fun. See ya.